Welcome to Crypthority. This is a YouTube channel dedicated to providing cryptocurrency education and training with the aim of equipping you to make well-informed decisions in this market. Now, before we go into today's video, I want to say a big thank you to everybody for your support. It has been immense and we have surpassed 100 subscribers so far. Thank you for your support, and let's get this to at least 1K subscribers before the end of 2021. All right, so looking forward to your support as ever, and in watching the videos, liking them, and then sharing the content. All right, so this video is going to reveal a strategy to trade beta finance on a listing day, and practically this strategy can be applied to other launch pads that will be done on the Binance Launchpad. Now, the video is going to be divided into two main parts. But before I continue, I'm going to say something very important, that I'm not a financial advisor. Regard this as educational content. Also, trading crypto is risky. Do proceed with caution and invest as much as you can afford to lose. Finally, this strategy is not foolproof. Nope. They are just my opinions, and the market can choose to react in any way it pleases. So, tread with caution. As we all know, Binance Launchpad usually creates an opportunity to make at least from ×4 to over ×1,000 of your capital, depending on the project and your patience. So, there is a project that is about to be listed soon, but it's on the launch pad, and then we are in the preparation period. Let's take a look at it. That is Beta Finance, right? So Beta Finance is in the preparation period right now, and if you really want to participate in this launch pad, you need to do well to have BNB balances, right? So subscription will last for only 4 hours, right? So we have some time to the subscription, and subscription will also last for just 4 hours. So do set an alarm so that you do not miss out on this, right? So as we can see here, we have 2 days, 23 hours and 4 minutes to the subscription period, right? And one beta finance is going to go for 0.06. Okay, so we've seen all these details already in the other videos, so I wouldn't waste time on that. So we're going to have some calculation, and then the subscription period, which will start from 6 a.m. UTC to 10 a.m. UTC, right? And the calculation period, which usually lasts 1 hour, then the final token distribution. Now, during the final token distribution, the amount of beta finance tokens you are going to get, its equivalent BNB value will be deducted from the BNB amount you committed, and the balance will be sent to you. So that is what is basically going to happen. Now, the truth of the matter is, the more BNB you hold, the more coins that will be allocated to you. Let's look at this illustration to better understand this. So I just made an assumption here. So I'm assuming that you watching this video, you have 10 BNB coins, right, which is hovering around $4,300 right now. So 10 BNB coins, and we also assuming that 1 million BNB is going to be committed, and then the total number of tokens allocated for this particular launchpad is 50 million. So when we do the math, it means that if all things remain equal and these are the parameters, you are going to end up with 500 coins. But truthfully, from history, we have seen that the average of 5 million coins are usually committed. So let us make this 1 million 5 million right now. You're going to end up with having 100 coins, and well, you could make some good profit out of that depending on your goals. And the truth of the matter is, not everybody has this huge amount of BNB. So whatever amount of BNB or USDT you have, we can still multiply it and make at least 300% with this strategy I'm about to share. It is not foolproof, but if things go just as we project, we are going to have at least 300%. Now, if you love what you are hearing so far, I want you to kindly take some time to subscribe if you haven't, and then hit or smash it if you like the like button before we proceed. Now, this strategy is going to be in two parts. Now, what are these two parts? The first part is for people who are going to participate in the Launchpad. What should be your game plan? How should you take your profit, and how should you trade? Now, the second part is going to be for those who are going to trade after it's listed, right? Right when it's listed, we are also going to be trading. And mostly this second part is for those who may not have captured or bagged a lot of coins from the Launchpad, or not at all. So if you didn't get a lot of coins from the Launchpad, or you didn't get any coin at all, or you couldn't participate in it, it doesn't mean that the opportunity is over. You can actually trade when it's listed, and then we are getting right into that. So let's look at the first part about those who are going to participate in the Launchpad. Now, the thing is that, just as I said, after the subscription, a calculation will take place, and then the BNB balance will be sent to you. Now, the market really usually behaves in a very, very interesting way on these listing days. So we are going to look at a past example and use that to guide us in our future, projections. But we have to take note that, past projections do not have an effect on the future outcomes. But these are certainly going to guide us in this. So we are going to look at a coin which was the last in terms of Binance Launchpad. That is the coin 98. We're going to look at how the market reacted and how the people who are going to participate in the Launchpad, how you should go about it in the few opening seconds of the listing. All right, so this is coin 98, and this is how the market behaved in the first, this is the daily time frame, right? So this is the daily time frame, and this is how the market behaved on the first day. Now, coin 98 was listed at 0.075, and in this case, Beta Finance is going to be at 0.06. It means our opening price is going to be 0.06. What usually happens is that the market takes a huge moonshot. It surges so high and falls back as aggressively as it went up. But one interesting thing is that the listing price always remains as some sort of imaginary support. We will have the market fall, but we are not going to see it fall as hard as to the listing price or below that, right? So those who enter in at the Launchpad usually have a huge advantage, because no matter the price at the end of the first day of trading, they are in massive profits. So this is how we are going to go about it if you are in the first scenario. That is, if you are going to participate in the Launchpad. Now, depending on your goals, and if you see a long-term potential in the project, you can choose to sell. As it shoots up, you need to be really alert and fast about it, because the market really moves rapidly. You could also use limit orders to help you, right? So you can choose to sell when it moves high. So you could have probably caught a sell in these areas, and decide to buy more when it falls. That is a first thing you can do. And I said it is dependent on your goals and if you see a long-term potential in the project. So before the project is launched, do well to read about the project. Check my last video. We have the links. Even check this video. There are going to be links to the project, the website, white paper. Read about it and see if you see a great potential in it in the long term. So you could choose to catch some profits as it's going up, and when it comes down, you buy more. Or you could choose to hold and still cash out at a specific price target, which may not be on the first day, but in subsequent trading days. However, you can buy more when it falls. Now, you need to take note. That is for those who are coming, who will be able to commit and then participate in the Launchpad. Now, if you get into this whole thing at the listing price of 0.06, you will be in insane profits in the first few seconds of the market opening. Yes, in the first few seconds. You can maximize this advantage by holding and setting specific price targets, as I've said, for your exit. But no matter what your plans are, I'm not a financial advisor, but I would do recommend that you leave what I call a moon bag, so that for the long-term holding, just in case the project does remarkably well in the future. We have seen many projects do massive returns, and Axie Infinity is an example. For Axie Infinity was also a Binance Launchpad project, I think somewhere November 2020, and in the span of almost a year, the listing price was 0.1. That was for the public sale, and the private sale was 0.08. Now look at the price now. It's hovering around 140. So those who had the patience to hold for almost a year will be in more profits than anybody who cashed out before it started moving up aggressively. So this is a strategy for those who are going to be in during the launchpad. If you manage to bag some coins for the launchpad, one, you can choose to sell when it goes up, as we see. So it means you need to be in the market before the opening, right? The opening time is going to be 11 a.m. UTC, so you need to be in the market maybe 10 minutes before or something, and the pair will be there. So you see Beta Finance /USDT or /BNB or whatever. You click on it and it's going to open this page, but everything is going to be blank. We'll have a blank place here waiting for the market to open. So you need to be in early. If you really want to cash in big on it immediately, you can choose to sell some and leave some for the future, and as it falls, you can buy more. You can choose to hold and sell at specific price targets and all. And I believe that this project can do at least 3,000%, at least, even on a first day. At the close of the first day, you could hit at least 3,000. So let's see how it goes. So this is the strategy for those who are going to get some bags during the launchpad. Now, if you couldn't get into the launchpad, or you got some coins during the launchpad but it was really negligible, but you still have some cash you want to flip, now let's go into the second part. Now this strategy is for you. Let's look at it. All right, so for those of us who would like to get in when the market opens, as I said, it is essential that you are here about 5 minutes to the time the market officially opens for Beta Finance. Now, what is going to happen is that we are going to take advantage and capitalize on the behavior of the market in the first few minutes of the listing. The market, after moving high, will fall, and then this is because traders and investors are going to take profits, because people will be in mad profits, as I said, and that is when we will jump in. But at what particular time are we going to jump in? Because look at it, the market moved up on the first day and it came down and closed here, right? It closed at this level, and the second day, this is what we saw. So at what point are we really going to jump in so that we can really flip and do an easy 300% in a few days? So this strategy, you should be ready to hold for a few days, right? So let's also note that now this strategy, we are coming in at a point where the market has not created any strong or visible support and resistance levels. So we are going to use percentages to determine a good time to jump in. I'm not going to bore you with Fibonacci ratios and levels. We are just going to use percentages to determine when we are going to enter. So we are going to observe the market in the first 1 to 15 minutes of the opening. This is where we are going to make our decision, but we are going to use some parameters. We are going to build our strategy around some parameters. So not wasting much time, let's look at these parameters. They have been summarized here, and then we look at that. So we are going to look at some steps. This is the strategy. Be already present, as I said, in the market before the market opens. You should have your USDT, BNB, BUSD available to buy, because these are the commonly paired pairs. The commonly paired cryptos with the pairs that you want to trade. So with Beta Finance, we anticipate that we are going to have Beta Finance against USDT, BNB, BUSD. So you should have these ready, right? Now, the first step is that we are going to allow the market to touch the highest price, for the day. And this usually takes place within the first few seconds the market opens. So this is what we mean. We are going to allow the market to touch the highest price. So we are going to use coin 98 as an example. Let's look at the highest price. So we are going to be in the market and observe. In the first few seconds, the price will touch the highest price. So in this case, the highest price is $3. That is the first step. So the first step is we are going to observe and take record of the highest price that the market makes or touches. The second step is that we are going to calculate between 60% to 80% retracement from this highest price for the day and set our buy zone. We are going to set that zone as our buy zone. And then the third step is that we are going to set buy levels within the zone, applying DCA, and also set our take profit levels. Right. So this is just a simple 3-step process, and this is our strategy. One thing you should note is that this is a no stop loss strategy. Right. This is because this strategy is taking into account that we're going to hold for the long term. Right. We will still hold even if our scenarios do not play out perfectly in the short term. Please know that if this is not your style, then this strategy is not for you. So I have looked at the project and I feel like fundamentally I think I want to hold for the long term. I don't know about you. So if you feel like you don't think you can hold on the long term, probably this strategy is not for you. So let's backtest this strategy with coin 98. And to help us do that, we are going to use a TradingView application to do this. Right. All right. So this is coin 98's daily price chart, and we are going to look at some key price levels. Now, this is the day, this is the first candle. So this was the day that the market opened, and as you can see, it took a huge surge and then fell. Now, the key of this strategy is that we do not want to buy at the top because a lot of traders will be taking profit. We want to take advantage of the fact that a lot of traders and investors will be taking profits and buy when the market dips. So the first step is that we want to identify the highest level that the day closed with. And that is going to be our pivot point in order to calculate our retracement, that is to the 60 to 80% retracement. Then after that, we're going to find the buy zone created by those two levels, and then look out to buy at that level. And that is going to give us at least, if everything plays out nicely, at least we're going to have times 3 of our capital. All right, so let me quickly put some horizontal lines on this chart and we proceed from there. So these lines are just going to focus on the entry price or the listing price, the highest price it took, and then we are going to also look at the 60 to 80% retracement, where exactly it fell. Okay, so you're going to apply the same thing on the day Beta Finance will be listed. So you just follow this tutorial to ensure that you totally understand it and can apply it, right? And one good thing is that most of the time, the highest price for the day is established within the first 1 minute or when the trade opens, even seconds, right? And one interesting thing is from history, what I've observed that it's usually remains at the highest price for the day until the day closes and even holds as a nice resistance zone or a nice resistance price zone for a couple of days before it is broken, and then it serves as a support now, right? Depending on the market conditions. All right, so let me quickly add up these horizontal lines quickly. So we're going to have our first line here. Let me add up the next horizontal line. Okay, so we have 2 lines here. Let me quickly change the settings of them. So the first one is going to be our listing price for coin 98, which was 0.075. In the case of Beta Finance, it is 0.06. All right, so we note that. Then we change the settings of this one to the highest price for the day. So in the case of coin 98, it is $3. In the case of Visa Finance, we do not know. So, well, but I think we are going to also see it hover around from at least $3 and upwards. We don't know how the market is going to turn out. So let us continue. All right, so we have these 2 levels, mapped out nicely, and then we can continue. So we have the entry level price, or the entry or the listing price, and the highest price. Now we're going to use the highest price for the day, the first day, as our pivot to calculate how hard the market falls, or at which level the market will be when it falls by 60% and when it falls by 80%. So I don't want to bore you with any Fibonacci tools and things like that. We are just going to use simple calculator to help us. All right, so let me pull out the calculator. All right, so when the market falls by 60%, it means that the price level of the market will be at 40% of the $3. So that's going to be 40% times the $3, and that's going to give us 1.2. Then when the market falls by 80%, it means that the price is going to be at 20 percent level times the $3. So that's going to give us 20% times the price, 0.6. So it means that we have our retracement levels being 0.6 and then 1.2. So let me quickly draw them. Let me change the color so that it's be able to see it clearly. So I label this as 0.6. That's the lower level of our buy zone. I think, let me change the settings. All right, so 0.6, 0.6, right? Okay, so that has been clearly drawn out, and we are going to add another one, and that we are going to label as 1.2. That's the upper, let me say the upper boundary of our buy zone. Okay, all right, so with that done, let's look at it nicely. So this has formed our buy zone. As you can see, let me just make it smaller so that we could look at the whole picture. All right, let me just mark out the zone so that we can see it clearly without any distortions. So this is our buy zone we have created after measuring our 20%, 80% retracement and our 60% retracement. What this means is that we are not going to buy at the top. We want to wait till the market comes to test this area in order to enter. So what you're going to do is that there are two things you can do. You can actually set an alert that should the market should alert you when the price dips below this price 1.2, so that you can come in and see if it aligns with structure and everything looks good. Then you can enter your buy at market price, or you can set orders, pending orders in the market that would execute this. I think on Binance, I think it had a buy limit. Yeah, so you can set a buy limit at a particular price within this zone. So how exactly, what price will it be? You can choose to maybe map out the midpoint of this. The midpoint of this zone will be around 0.9. So let's say that after doing this, I checked the pricing and I felt like I should enter at 0.9. 0.9 is a good price for me. So let me just change the color to green. That shows my buy level, and then 0.9. All right, so 0.9 is the middle of the zone. So I enter at this price. Now, so you would see that we are doing this on the first day. So if I was able to do this on the first day, the price would have triggered even on the second day, okay, because the market closed at this level and it opened and went up. So if I had a buy at 0.9, I would have even been in profit on the second day. All right, but you see that on the subsequent days the price didn't touch 0.9. So what you basically do is that this is not foolproof. What you do is that you map out your zone so that you'll be checking on it. You can also put alerts to help you. All right, so if you can put an alert that once the market drops below 1.2, you should be alerted so that you come into the market and see what exactly the market is doing. Look at the candlesticks and see if the bears are really in the market, and then you can put your buy in there at market price. All right, so if I had put in 0.9, done this, my setup, done everything on the first day, it means that my price would have triggered probably on the first or second day, and I would have been in profit. Now I'm saying that this particular strategy should give us at least times 3 of our capital, and if I'm entering at 0.9, I'm expecting that when the price triples, then I can get out of the market. Now, it depends on you. You can choose to hold for a longer time, depending on the project, if you believe in it and you want to, hold for a longer time. Now, if you want to do a quick flip, you could also do a quick flip with this whole thing. All right. So 0.9, it means that at price, when price goes to 0.9 times 3, 2.7, right? So at the level 2.7, I'll be out of the market if that was my goal. You can set your profit target to times 4, times 5, times 6. It depends on you. You can choose to hold for a longer time without even putting any sell or taking profit. It all depends on you and your goals. All right, so probably I put so 2.7, right? It means that, let me just edit this so that you see what happened. 2.7. Okay, so it means that I would have, so let's look at how it all happened, right? So the market moved and it took a couple of days to get to the target. Okay, so this strategy, you should be ready to hold for a couple of days. So it took a couple of days and boom, this is where I would have taken profit and I would have times 3 of my money. So if it was $100, I'll be cashing out times 3, right? So that is basically what this strategy is about. So you can study it and then practice it and apply it with Beta Finance, and we are going to see something cool come out of it, hopefully, right? Because the market does its own thing and we are not going to predict the market. We are just going to react to the market. So because we are reacting to the market, what if price goes lower than this level? Just stay put, relax for the market to do its own thing. All right. And if you see that it has dipped well enough, you can now enter. All right. And also, what if probably it doesn't dip this much? You just relax, watch the market do its own thing after a couple of days of the listing. If you can't do this on the first day, there's no rush. Wait till the market does its own thing in the next couple of days. Spot a retracement and enter. So this is simply the strategy. This is simply the strategy, and we can see that this market even went as much as 6.4. So you could imagine those who entered our Launchpad made insane profits. Even those who couldn't get in our Launchpad and waited till the market got listed, even applying this strategy, you could see that we would have made a lot of money from that. All right, so thank you very much. And I would like to say that you need to do your own research to ensure that you don't mind holding the coin for a longer period of time, even if things decide to go differently from all the various scenarios that I have played out here. All right, and you could see that the market broke the high price that we had on the first day, and now it has become a nice support level for it now. Okay, so this is the strategy, and I do really hope that you found this whole thing valuable. So this is a back test of the strategy. You can try it on other Launchpad coins in the past and see if it really works or makes sense so that you can apply it. And remember that these are my own opinions, and the market can choose to do whatever it pleases. It is not a foolproof method. You can modify it to suit you, or if it doesn't make sense to you, totally avoid it. Hope you found this to be valuable. Now we are going to end with a giveaway, all right? Just to celebrate the milestone of reaching and surpassing 100 subscribers, we are going to do a giveaway. What I'll just require of you is that kindly subscribe and like, and we're going to have a prediction challenge. Tell me what is going to be the highest price on the first day Beta Finance is listed. Now, the winner who gets this correctly is going to earn some worth of BNB, right? And also, so that's the first part of the giveaway. The second part of the giveaway is do subscribe and like, and tell me how useful the strategy is and what you think about it. I want to hear your views on this strategy, and if you have anything else to share, kindly share it so we learn from each other. Mind you, The deadline for the prediction is Thursday, the day before the listing. All right. So thank you very much for your time once again. Let me say this again. Though I sound like a broken record right now, I would say that kindly subscribe and like. If you want to take things a little bit further, you could buy me coffee. Check the link in the description in order to buy me coffee to support this channel. Thank you so much and peace out.